This is a reversing camera mod for the Vauxhall Tigra twin top. So to get the rear bumper off, you've got some plastic screws and lugs at the bottom. Pull the middle centre out and the whole thing will pull out. There should be 4 of them underneath the car, and then move around to the arches. You'll see Torx number 5 screws. Camel toe that in there, unscrew that. Now the rear bumper lifts upwards and outwards. It slots into a special plastic surround. To get the rear lights off, first of all, unscrew the 2 screws there. The whole light fitting should pull away. There you'll see a plastic plug. Unplug it, and the whole light fitting comes away to reveal 5 more screws. 1 there. And then you've got the 3 stainless steel screws and the other one the other side. Now to get to that stainless steel screws, if any of them stick, you've got to take this inner plastic cover off, and just long nose pliers just to grab onto that grommet and squeeze tightly. The screw should come out fine. If you don't have any problems, that plastic cover's still got to come off, because that's where your cabling is going to go through. So you've unscrewed your bumper. It slots out of this gap, so you can see you have to lift upwards and away, because that's the gap the bumper slots in. Take the bumper away, unplug it from the rear light section, and yeah, that's what your car looks like with no bumper on, even shorter. So we've got the bumper on the grass there. We're going to take the number plate light out. It's easy enough to do. You can do it with it in situ, but you can't get to the cabling, so you've got to take it off. Just push it through and unplug it. Excuse the wife's finger over the lens there. There you go. So yeah, just clip it, unplug it. Now you've got to transfer the lamp fitting from your number plate housing to your new camera fitting. There's the new camera fitting, so just unplug the lamp fitting and it screws in and twist. That way you still get your number plate light and you've got your camera as well, as you can see. So yeah, slot that back in exactly how it came out. In the box you get, there will be a little bit of a foam seal that you can use as well, stop it rattling around. As an afterthought, that's what I did the other end of this video. So clip your number plate light back on and put your cable into one side. There you have it, it's on the right side. I imagine curbside would be the best place for the video, as that's where you're going to be reversing into. So there's the grommet. Pull your grommet out and put a little hole in it so you can fit your video and power feed through into the boot of the car, and to keep it respectfully waterproof. You can see I've refitted the bumper now, and this is the cable track for your video cable and power supply. If you look, take your carpets away and you'll see that there's a purpose-built hole tunnel. You'll see my wife's fingers now, look. That leads to the back of the passenger seat, probably 3 inches in from the corner of the door well. Just remove a bit of carpet away and you'll see it plain as day, not difficult to find. There's my video cable and power supply cable. That's got to be hooked up to the reversing light power supply. So I've run the cable through and tied it down, and I've just bunched the cable through that hole into the back of the passenger seat. Now I'm just going to wire up the power supply for the camera. The white with the black stripe is the reversing camera power supply. So tap into that. As you can see, I've used a pin and a multimeter with the gear in reverse to find out which light it is. So it's the white with the black stripe is your reversing camera cable. Just connect your reversing camera to this cable and pull your cable through the car. On the side of the sill you'll see where you can just pull the carpet away and run it along the carpet, up until the bottom of the glove box. Now the glove box comes off with 2 screws at the top there, open the door, and there's just 2 screws underneath. Again, I think it's a number 5 Torx, and it will just slot out like a cartridge. That'll reveal spaces underneath the dashboard now where you can thread your video stroke power cable. You can see my fingers poking through there as to where it's going to go. So from underneath the carpet, shove your cable there. Now your dash has got to come to bits, so the air filter just pings out the not air filter, and you'll see 4 screws holding the air vent escutcheon on. Undo the 4 screws, but remind you there's 2 screws at the side, there's 2 clips at the side of that vent to get it to ping off. 2 more screws to remove the screen, and that will just remove to one side, so you can put your monitor lead through that little hole and it will pop down at the bottom of the glove box, ready for connecting your video cable and power cable. You can screw everything back down nice and neat and tidy. Right, so everything's been put back together now, and it's just a case of wiring your video feed up, and your power supply goes straight to the monitor, and you've just got to hook up an earth to any bare metal underneath the glove box. I found a bit of a stud fit in there to put a cable. So we pop it in reverse just to test it, and you can see I've put my coat at 2 meters to the back of the car, so you can see 2 meters away. The green line is 1 meter away, yellow of the line is ½ a meter away, and the red is about 1 foot. So when you're reversing now, you should easily be able to see what's behind you. The camera's about £20 from eBay, and the monitor itself flipped down was again £15 from eBay. It came with all the cable. All I've had to buy is a little block connector. Very easy job. I hope you like it, and look at my notes for anything else that you may need to know.